Hey! Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Team Fortress TV. You know where you are. We want to welcome you because we're casting some Invite TF2 this evening. We're casting TF2 between eLevate and Ding Dong Daddy. And that's what we're all here for, so I'm glad we got that out of the way. My name's Getawhale, and I'm sitting here with Marxist, and we're going to have fun with this match tonight. Is that correct, Marxist?
Yeah, I believe Dashner told us to have fun, so I guess
So
we have to try.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll see what I can do. Marxist, both of these teams are 1-1 so far in this ESEA Invite season. eLevate, of course, they were at LAN last season, and they were the favorite to take LAN. Ding Dong Daddy have not been at ESEA Invite LAN yet, and certainly they want to prove that they are one of the top 4 this season and that they can make it to LAN. And they've had some fantastic stuff going on. They took 2 rounds off of the best TF2 team in the world, possibly the universe, just recently, right?
Yeah, they had a really solid first half of Snakewater against Froyo. I'm pretty sure that's the reason we're casting them tonight, to kind of see if they can rekindle that magic, because you can watch the VOD on YouTube, but unfortunately we didn't catch the first real bit of that match, so we missed the really competitive part, and then they came back out at halftime, did Froyo, and they kind of just trashed Ding Dong Daddies at that point. But for a good solid half hour, it was very intense TF2, so we're hoping they can give us the same level of content tonight.
Absolutely. Why don't we talk about the rosters so these kids can get ready up and play TF2? Do you want to talk about the daddies first and insert your little editorial comments, sir?
Yeah, sure. So our scouts are Alec and Schnell. I played with Schnell multiple times. Good guy, nice secondary, the pocket scout kind of role is what he was in. You've got Sneaky Polar Bear on Roamer, well known for his love of playing Highlander Soldier as well. You got Showstopper on Pocket and 404 on Medic, and the illustrious Kosa on Demo, the Gardener of Stickies.
Sticky Gardener. That's a new one on me. I want to talk about eLevate because they've kind of they figured out one little, I don't want to say an issue, but they've swapped their soldiers over. We have Alpha is going to be playing Pocket this evening, and Mela back on Roamer. And if you watched Mela's stream today, you'll know he's happy about that. In his own words, well, I'm not going to say it. Maybe someone in chat knows what he says, but he's happy to be back on Roamer. Thrilled, actually. We have Decimate, of course, and Shrugger. The 2 long-haired, I never really thought about that before, but they both have incredibly long hair, those men. They're on Scout, of course, and we're looking at also KBK is the Medic, and we have Cyrus the Virus, a.k.a. Badonsky, playing Demo. And those are the lineups, and we're waiting for the teams to ready up right now. We don't know if hopefully they're not waiting on us. We want to see them go. We were getting some preds already in chat on how people think this one is going to play out. Some preds on the ESEA side are saying that Ding Dong Daddy might have this one. Can I dare to ask you what you think, Marxist?
Well, I think eLevate will probably pull this one out, but if the daddies can rekindle what they had going against Froyo, then we're going to be in for a really good match, because from what I've seen so far, eLevate seems a little bit off kilter relative to their 16-0 season last season. I'd say that's purely because they've changed their combo.
Did you say elephant at first instead of elevate?
I was about to say elephant, which is
eLevate.
Yeah, it's a different language kind of popping out there for a second.
Not even English at all, right? What I was going to say is somebody makes a good point in chat, and I thought of this earlier today, but we know Alpha as a fantastic sniper, and so him playing Pocket, you've got to wonder. I mean, that pretty much eliminates chances that he'll have to go off class. Not guaranteed. I mean, he still might. But, I mean, we saw just yesterday evening, especially on this last point, for example, of process. If you off-class at the wrong time, you can really cost your team. But anyway, we're going to have green text here in a moment, Marxist, and we know what that means.
Yeah, we're going to go live.
How about we watch Mela on this first mid and see how excited he is? to be back on his roamer class. How does that sound? Is that a fun compromise?
Yeah, we'll see if he flies clear across mid or at the start, get that first-person perspective on the jumps.
I do like to watch someone other than the demo every now and then. That's just the thing. Thanks, guys, if you're just joining us here on TF2. Both teams 1-1, and definitely want to beat the other. You don't want to fall to 1-2 this early in the season. Looking at Mela right now, and I'm going to back up and watch everyone. Mela's up above, of course. Pretty aggressive right now, actually. eLevate coming right over the top, and they're going to flush this. Wow, they're flushing daddies right out, and that didn't take long at all, Marxist. Just pure aggression, unbridled. And they're right into second now. Look at this.
Yeah, Sneaky Polar Bear got into them at choke and took Badonsky down to almost no health, but did not get the kill, and that really threw off the Ding Dong Daddy's whole mid, because you end up going one down immediately, and it's just the demo, so the rest of the team got through and pretty much just wiped out the Daddies.
It's good that Ding Dong Daddy got their respawns, or they would have been in a lot of trouble. Alec is up on Sniper, go ahead.
Well, yeah, their medic survived, so typically you're going to be okay unless some sort of disaster occurs, and they lucked out. I also like their forward hold here. It's a little different than I would do it, but it's good. I like it on this map.
Alec came around the side, he's on Sniper, he's seeing if he can get a pick. Right now, I think he's just making noise, maybe just wanting to let them know that he's there, possibly? I'm not sure, he shot a couple stickies away. Looking at 404 right now. Sneaky Polar Bear is heading back in. Yeah, he's just respawning. Alpha doing his thing, and Alpha, I've got to feel like, has a little bit of a better shot in, but he's going to back up a bit as well. Both teams looking for a pick right here, and Sugar going to come in underneath, see if he can sneak some. He sees sticks, though, so Sugar calling out sticks underneath. Alpha goes down to Sneaky Polar Bear, and Alpha was on Sniper. So maybe we spoke too soon. Maybe he is going to off-class all match. In comes the Soldier. He's in, and that was Sneaky Polar Bear. Taken out right away. So really, we just traded soldiers, even though one of them was up on Sniper.
Yeah, it's just your typical counter-suicide. It's a pretty effective tactic on this map, but maybe we'll see the return of the, Season 8 rotating soldier with Alpha off-classing for last.
Maybe. It's interesting. We'll see how it plays out and how they play the personnel as this one goes on. Both soldiers right now and Daddy's just kind of going back in, getting their resupply and whatnot, and doing their thing. Alex still up on Sniper. It looks like he's going to move up a little bit. Looked like he was playing for last a bit. He still wants it. Oh, and he gets taken out by Alpha. So it's one shot there. Sugar actually went down as well. Alec is down now too, so we've got, we'll call it a scout down a piece. Both teams still sitting on Uber and just kind of taking their time here. It's an important round, the first round. We have a soldier in though. Got some action going on. These teams are starting to get kind of scrappy a little bit. I'm looking at Kosa, who's trying to see if we can sneak some sticks in on someone. Not a whole lot of action right now. Both teams just kind of going back and forth. I expect to see a suicide from one side here soon. We've got a scout in. It's Shrugger who's sneaking in again as well. Shrugger really wants to get in underneath Marxist.
Yeah, that's pretty much the easiest way to get in. But this forward hold from the Ding Dong Daddies is really kind of stopping up the works. I mean, Alpha did get a scout kill earlier, but it was basically a trade. So it's hard to get into this when the other team is denying you like this. You've got to sort of sort things out. Alpha peeking around the left side now. Yeah.
But he's been called out, and I don't know if he's going to rotate or not, but he knows that they knew he was on the right side, and so now maybe he's going to try left side, but going to back out again. Badonski's got those stuck up in case anyone tries to push out. Going to try roll out now. Alpha seeing if he can get a shot here, and he might have a chance. Let's see if he can pick something. Takes a shot at the soldier, doesn't get that either, so Alpha going to back up now, and maybe a push out. We've got some antsy soldiers on the side of the Daddies here.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of denying, and Alpha's trying to bait them into a doorway where he could, hit them for a second, but it's really difficult to do this. Which basically the way you break it is you need to get in here and bait the other team into spamming the doorway enough that they have to go reload. Because there's only that one medium kit in this room.
Yep.
And then once you see that the guy's gone back to spawn to reload, you run your suicide or whatever.
Well, I mean, both teams certainly seem evenly matched. Badonski's been pushing up that left side a whole lot, and he had a couple kills actually on the scout before. Wondering if Badonski's wanting to come in. I know he won't commit, but he's way up there. We've got Sneaky Polar Bear now working roll out a little bit as well. Chanel just doing his thing down low on the right side.
Yeah, Sneaky did a counter-suicide, got basically air-piped, so that no go for that. But Decimate actually going down to 26, so a little dangerous in there. I heard a headshot go down.
I think they're pushing. Here comes eLevate. They're coming in. I think see Bononski's all the way on the left side here. They're going to see a real early pop. I didn't see what forced Ding Dong Daddy or if they just popped it intentionally. Now Decimate is coming in the right side. They're going to try to close the Daddies into their own spawn, which they succeed in doing, but Showstopper's still in. Is taken out by Lamelli. Decimate. Gonna get a shot in on Schnell. We've got 3v3 right now, but real great positioning by eLevate and a nice pick by Mela. Still gotta get Kosa here. Kosa's shutting down this last. It's only Melee in. Donski's gonna see if he can hit a pipe. A real nice, impressive pick there by Alec. And KBK was the last to go down, so we're gonna shut down that last push. Not a bad push, but kind of a dice roll, Marxist.
Well, they didn't. The point was completely open and not sticked, and they didn't get on it. So the other team in Ding Dong Daddies just rotated around. Another thing I should point out is 404 got 3 swipes during that fight. So he has a way more Uber than he's supposed to have right now, which is going to be pretty handy for them as long as he doesn't get forced. Alpha goes down, Showstopper goes down, Mela gets rejected from the point, and they're going to back away. But they should be coming back out while Schnell going down. They're going to pop their Uber over second, and that makes me queasy, Getawhale.
Makes you queasy. Well, queasiness or not, we'll get some ginger pills from Marxist here, but Mela's going to come in and try some BD shenanigans on the point. I don't know if I agree with that or not. He does not have the angle to fight this second, but I don't know. Mela kind of really overextending right now. He's got support, though, from Decimate, who's in on Sniper. Showstopper and Sneaky Polar Bear getting some picks. I think eLevate's got to get out of here.
Yeah, Decimate was trying to snipe from lower, but it's really difficult to do that. I think they were a little surprised by how quickly they came out. Maybe nobody really kept track of the fact that 404 got so many saws. Because it looked like they got caught a little bit off guard by that, and now we're in the same situation again, with Ding Dong Daddies pushing mid and having tremendous Uber advantage, so as long as no catastrophes happen here, they should get second, too.
Yeah, I mean, Mela, if I'm Mela, I really want to kind of atone for what I just did. I don't like the idea. Oh, here we go, though. The Uber is in, and Showstopper's just taking it right down the throat. He wanted to get the demo, but he got blocked by that little area there and choked the big sign up above, so much for that. They used, though, and so they'll be at a big disadvantage now, and they want to get those picks, but nice kill by Shrugger getting Sneaky Polar Bear there. Showstopper trying to fight it out now as well. Misses an air shot and gets cleaned up by Shrugger. So nice little run by Shrugger here. Badonsky doing his best. Those are the only 2 left up. Shrugger did fine, but, you know, when there are only 2 players left on your team, that's not ideal. So Badonsky's going to try to block this choke and hold on to his ground here if he can, because he knows that KBK is at full Uber.
Yeah, and they've got spawn advantage, too.
Yep.
Sorry to cut you off there.
No problem. Well, they're about to let 404 get his, and I don't know, barring anything crazy, I don't think we'll see any bomb or any drop in this area right now. Mela is in all the way up now. He's up in hallway right now and coming right up the balcony. He's going to just try to take this second. He's in on 404, and he gets the force, which is good. That's all he wanted. He gets away as well, which is impressive. Kosa going to just try to spam the choke up here.
Yeah, it was a really solid play there. The Ding Dong Daddies basically got pinched in choke. But, and that's going to net an eLevate win as long as Mela doesn't come up. And Decimate coming around for the flank, really cutting apart Ding Dong Daddy there. So yeah, this probably the round.
They're coming in, yeah. This might be it. I'm looking at the respawn timers. I see a lot of 12s. Yeah, real easy. That's around first round of the match. In fact, goes to eLevate. And it was a really good, I mean, I'm going to give a lot of the credit there to Mela. Wouldn't you agree? On the play that they made when they came in and forced and sort of caught Ding Dong Daddy off guard.
Yeah, that was a really strong rotation. That's one of the things that becomes most apparent to you when you first start playing at invite level is teams rotate so fast, it's hard to respond, and that caught Ding Dong that time.
Absolutely. I'm looking at Alpha right here, who's the pocket, so we are told, and he's going to come across and try to get some rockets. He's going to force 404 to back out. He's going to try to force some soldiers out as well. Meanwhile, down below, we've got some action. Real aggressive plays by both scouts from eLevate, who are all the way in, and 404 is able to come back a little bit, and they're going to take some of this ground back. There's Decimate and Mela down on the side of eLevate, and Sugar's trying to stick it in there if he can and hold the lower ground. Meanwhile, Alpha is still there as well, but he's way hurt and has to back out. We have a Blue Soldier all the way in too. This mid looks real good for Daddies right now. KBK has to use his Uber at mid, which is not a great situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a null thing, because they did scare the Daddies into popping over mid, so, it'll reset disadvantageously, because they gotta hold second now. You don't really want that in your life, but it's better than getting your Uber forced on 2 if you try to pull out. I think KBK just felt like you were in one of those situations where there was no way you were going to get out of choke, so you smoke it if you got it.
Smoke it if you got it. Gotta wonder now, I'm wondering if Ding Dong Daddy are going to think of maybe sacking someone in or getting right in the face to maybe take an off cluster. I haven't seen the snipers really work at this long choke right here. It's not a bad spot for snipers. We've seen them at last, certainly. Both teams are actually pretty equal now, since we did have pretty equal pops at mid, and looks like KBK is wanting to get his buffs out and come right in. He's at 98 though. Finally does pop off. Real lucky there, just barely got it. And this looks like another null situation. We've got 4 on 3. Looks like though Ding Dong Daddy getting the better, and they got a soldier in behind. It was Sneaky Polar Bear, who very luckily gets taken out, but in comes the follow-up from Showstopper, who gets Alpha and gets Podonsky as well. So real nice coordination by the soldiers there for Ding Dong.
Yeah, the eLevate push looked really good. They had a strong flank out of IT, but they kind of ran right into the Ding Dong Daddy's Uber, because their Uber backed up initially, and so that flanker, I think it was Decimate, maybe flanked out of IT and was like, "Oh, there's an Uber here. Oh no."
Oh hi. So we're gonna recap mid here. That's eLevate. 404 knows that he's at a big Uber disadvantage right now, and I don't know how far. No, Daddies are gonna just stick it out. They were thinking about defending choke, but I agree with their choice to fall back here as Decimate is through. Alpha coming in now as well. eLevate looked like they're gonna head all the way back to last Marxist.
Yeah, they're gonna yoink out. Sneaky already gave it his life, so they can't really afford to lose anybody else with the last being at stake. And they're coming in with the Uber already. We'll see if they can. Well, Kosa's down on the ground, so it's not good. But the Uber is close.
Lots of presence on point for Ding Dong Daddy, and only one player left up, and it's a scout. So he's gonna try to 1v1 it. Sugar's still fighting it out here. Finally goes down, and so that's another field pushing onto last, right? eLevate. We have a spy on the field. It's Mela.
In the ditch.
Yeah,
They saw him right away?
Wyatt or Riot? I don't know what's going on there. No, he's going to hide.
Alec
He's going
was
to jump
just
in the laundry
spamming
tub.
shots directly at him.
Oh! Mela came around and got Sneaky Polar Bear with I don't know about that. He was spotted out, as you said, and so I'm surprised. They got to know he's there now. He's just going to get a couple pistols. He forces the Uber, which is great. If you're Mela right now, I mean, just head in and respawn as far as I'm concerned, but he's still creeping around. Do you stay up? I mean, do you still try to pick something out? They know you're on the field now, right?
Yeah, they've got 404s doing the mouse waggle, but we've got to fight it mid. So if you're a medic player, the time where you're probably going to get stabbed is in these transition fights, because you have to be looking forward to make sure that you don't get jumped. And, well, actually, he's just going to try and pistol things, so it's not going to be as bad as it could have been. But those transitions are when you're open, and the spy versus spy game, we saw that a lot. But the Uber actually comes in from eLevate, and they're going to catch out 404, and that's catastrophic.
Yeah, that's terrible news, but, you know, we've already seen eLevate kind of plop on their pushes into last already. We've seen them, I mean, we just saw them fail a push into last, and so we'll see here if they can piece it together. I mean, we've seen some good defenses of many points, actually, by Ding Dong Daddy. They've got Alec up on Sniper. He's on the left side here. The whole rest of the team is over on this right side, and, I mean, we saw them hold down this point for quite a long time earlier, Marxist. They know what they're doing, these daddies.
Yeah, the Uber advantage is going to come in here, but the eLevate problem is that a few times Kosa, yeah, the point is naked again. So they hopefully someone on eLevate, Sugar or Decimate will notice that, and because it's the Ding Dong Daddy's game is to avoid this Uber. They're using a pyro now. That's not
Real
gonna
smart.
work.
Badonsky came in on that side that Alec was on and flushed that out. So just standing on point is Sugar. Mila coming in. He's on that pyro. Good at the pyros. Oof, they've got quite a cap on this, and all they need to take out is Schnell, and real easy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Marxist, that they caught on there because I saw Badonsky, who I've never seen him do it so far this match, but he came up the right side, kind of maybe sensing that there was no defense on the right side. He just got in for free.
Yeah, easy walking, and they got on the point quickly. So the eLevate has adapted. Ding Dong Daddy's going to have to go back to the defense drawing board.
The drawing board. So I'm looking at Showstopper, the latest meme, and Mela all the way in, real big aggressive bomb in, barely losing any health, and Daddies are going to push around left here and see if they can catch any of the scouts from eLevate. A lot of aggressiveness from the scouts on eLevate, and they're going to try to flush them back out through this choke if possible. KBK is on his own, very lucky to just group back up there with Badonsky. Sneaky Polar Bear still sending some rockets in, and he's going to come up top, but maybe giving his life at this point as it's a 3v2 situation. He's down to 36. If I'm eLevate, again, KBK with no one to heal. KBK playing kind of dangerously. He finds Badonsky, though. What'd you see?
Sneaky got wall banged by Mela there as he was trying to jump away. I also should point out that that Badonsky on that mid had like the pipe of the unit of the entire year, best pipe 2015 so far. Because one pipe came, hit Kosa directly and killed Kosa and Showstopper.
Oh.
So that's pretty much the end of your mid.
That'll do it, yeah. KBK's got his, but so does 404, and again, we're in this situation. It is 2-0, and eLevate pushing last. Wondered about the choice of loose cannon for Kosa. What are your thoughts on this map process?
Well, it works really well for this point because there are lots of tiny doorways you aren't going to be able to get through while that thing's throwing you around.
Yeah, corners
I don't know
too.
about the rest of the points, though. I haven't played with it a ton, but I know Kosa really likes it because we had this long philosophical discussion when we were on the same team about whether he should use pipes or not. And he ultimately used cannons. Sorry.
I was going to say, why don't we listen to the comms of Ding Dong Daddy? Let's do it.
A lobby for you, close.
He's done.
Nice.
I'm gonna say.
Matt's holding on.
He's towards one.
Oh, they're running. Do the soldier above the thing. He's like watching roll out really close. Some like gaze check.
Yeah. Grabbing this ammo.
Damage is super close.
Oh, I hit a lot of damage. I'm hitting resub.
He's back. The demo's not spamming
Our
anymore.
hold's a little worse. Just be careful. I'm coming left side right now. Soldier's close.
He's
Soldier's
hit.
dying.
He's hit. 100.
I can't kill him. I
Please.
killed him. Alright, can we... Do you guys want to try and pressure off this? We need to do something. That's like 3 picks are going.
Yeah.
Builds.
I'm gonna peek up our IT. We need like...
Demo's headshot.
Alright,
Go
let's-
off that.
There you go. It seems like they're very calm and know what they're doing, and they're got a good sense of when to push. I mean, they're picking up so many picks, and they don't want to wait forever. But now, I mean, we've got. I think they waited too long, Marxist.
Well, they popped their Uber out there, and that's gonna make your life really hard because it's difficult to get 8 seconds of invincibility fight and then also cap the point and push people around. So we're coming in off a rollout now is eLevate, and they're just gonna try and work themselves in. The point is naked again, and they all get flanked from the right side. So Sugar's just gonna do his happy dance, and we're gonna go to 3-0.
I mean, it certainly seems like eLevate have cracked the code, and it seems like Ding Dong Daddy don't know what to do at this last point. Certainly it'd be great if they could not always be defending their last, but when it comes to the last, do they need to switch up the hold a little bit? It seems like they're always leaving like a gaping hole.
Well, I mean, what's happening to them is they're trying to play good TF2 where you push out when you get advantages, and Process is a map that lends itself to that. But they keep getting their Uber popped, when they go in to do it, or they don't get the suicide. So eLevate's got a good second hold when they're getting ready to push last. And then they end up having to leave 1 or 2 down, those Ding Dong Daddies, and then you can't hold anymore, because it's difficult if a team knows what they're doing when they push last to make things work for you on process with the way they like to do things. Because Ding Dong Daddy's game, Getawhale, is to lock you out in a forward hold, and you can't do that when you're 1 or 2 down.
Yeah, so it is 3-0 now after half, and we're going to be going into the second half. Obviously, we played a 5 if you're not familiar. I've got a number for you, Marxist. 370. Do you know what that is?
I'd assume it's a damage number.
Damage per minute of Cyrus the Virus Bodonsky, as I have christened him. 370 DPM. Just a beast in that first half. And actually, Mela, not too bad himself. 310 DPM. Both medics pretty even, nothing really to speak of. Obviously, we didn't have any drops or anything like that, but kind of a slight edge in the numbers, which reflects what we've seen. You know, I can't speak. I don't think anyone on Ding Dong Daddy's dropping the ball. Do you agree with that, Marxist? I mean, it's not. There's no humongous failure or something like that, is there?
Yeah, eLevate is just getting the better of them in a lot of these after Uber fights. That's pretty much the story of this game, is that eLevate is winning the mids, but not really great. 404 is doing a good job of getting out. The Ding Dong Daddies are doing a solid job of getting out on mids. They haven't really been devastated there. But then they'll try to push, and eLevate kites and then flanks them. And it happens really quickly, and it seems to be catching Ding Dong way off balance.
Sugar had 17 frags in that first half. Pretty impressive. We're heading in and getting ready for the second half here, and Ding Dong Daddy got to turn this around. Let's go. I'm going to go to comms right off the rollout here. Let's listen to Ding Dong Daddy on mid. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
I'm gonna play back a bit and just spam up top window. Soldiers up top left. He's in RIT. In RIT.
I'm coming left side right now. There's scouts
There's a lot
aggressive
of
left.
presence,
I'm
guys.
jumping up top left right now.
Focus that soldier left. He did
60.
140.
Demos
are showed.
I'm coming back.
Play slow. We have demo.
Soldier top
Scouts
left.
rushing me on point.
Soldiers behind us. Soldiers behind us.
He's down.
Scout's gonna kill me.
I didn't know there was a soldier behind us. Did he just go? Oh, he just came all the way.
How did you not know there was a soldier behind? Your teammate said there was. That's strange. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of a standard kind of rollout that they did. They came out as sort of a coordinated unit, almost like a flying V, but it just didn't work out for the Ding Dong Daddies. What did you see?
Yeah, they're trying to take... The main thing with process is you want to try and get control of upper. And that time the eLevate kind of baited, I think it was Alec, into a bunch of spam up top, and so he had to spend most of the mid hoping to get healed, and it never happened, and they never got control of upper. But now we're gonna see the Uber versus no Uber push. We'll see. The point has no stickies on it again, but it's not coming. They're getting the frags on them, actually. Yeah, this is not how you push last Getawhale.
And they're going to come out right away. Look at Alec right now, who's going to push right out. Alec was thinking about heavy for a second. It's a good thing he didn't, because he's on second now, capping. He was in spawn for a split second on heavy. At any rate, he was probably just... Anyway. Yeah, Ding Dong Daddy do come out. The next thing I was going to ask you, Marxist, is what does this team have to do to take this back? And I'd say the best thing right now is just ride this wave, wouldn't you say? Although Alpha is up on Spy, just so we know.
Yeah, we gotta be careful of that. He had a pretty big game the other night, but the Uber actually chases eLevate into sewer. A little bit dangerous there. Showstopper really hurt. Well, actually Decimate comes out there. He got a little hungry, and Sneaky gets murdered by the crossbow kid somewhere. I don't know where the crime occurred. And I've also lost track of Alpha.
Alpha's creeping around. He's taking a bit of ground, using that cloak and dagger. He's just standing right now by rock. He's coming in behind 4-4. He's going for it. Alpha, and he gets the backstab. Gets one on Showstopper as well. And now he's going to try to pistol the demo down. Alpha with a 3K, just like that.
We just saw a Spy 3K Getawhale. Can we take a moment for that?
R.I.P. Ding Dong Daddy. Well, so much for the push, so much for the aggression, and so much for the, I don't know, motivation. I almost feel like I want to go and mumble and hear. Do you think we hear anything in mumble right now?
Hear
Poor
that,
guys.
We don't want to hear that.
Daddies want to come back up and do whatever they can to block this last. KBK's got Uber, and there's no Uber for 404, and real bad news if you're a Ding Dong Daddy fan. Uber gets forced out, which is real nice, right in that choky area here. Struggers comes right in on the medic right off the bat. They're going to get a scout as well. No. Okay, they finally do get on last. We've got a fight between roamers outside. Mela went down for no reason. I'm not sure what went on there. Daddy's going to be able to come out and take this again. I think eLevate need to breathe and just kind of calm down here, don't you?
Yeah, they went in. It's the same thing that's happening on a lot of their pushes. Is they lead with a pretty strong combo, but then their flank ends up getting killed somehow, and then they just sort of bleed out and never really pressure the point. So, well, we're going to lose Badonsky here too. So Alec does his work and gets Decimate too. So that should be the end of this. They do have slight Uber advantage. Schnell peeking around the side. But they're going to stack this to deny Badonsky, and then I assume we're going to see a push.
Sometimes I ask Marxist, if you're playing at the top level and you're being cast, do you sometimes just get excited and just play, like, forget what you're doing for a second? Is it possible to just get overexcited and maybe play kind of dumb? Is that what we might have seen from eLevate on that last? I mean, is that a real thing, or am I making this up?
Nah, I don't. After you've played enough like these guys have, it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
Yeah, Schnell is picking out some really impressive picks there. Only player left back up is Alec, though. Kind of a bloodbath there as I was bumbling on and on. Mela goes down, and Alec on a nice little run here now. And he's gonna, he very nearly pistoled Badonsky down just on his own. He's gonna, he was thinking of that second point, but he's gonna think better of it. Real good positioning, although there's a lot of respawns that need to come in for Ding Dong Daddy, and boy, I mean, I hope they certainly come in and take this second at least, because it would be a shame. I mean, they just had a scout standing right on it, but I guess not.
Well, he only had 15 health, and I applaud him for his bravery in fighting a demo with only 15.
One more shot on Badonsky, and he would have had him with that pistol, but obviously smart. I mean, his second would have been capped right back.
Well, yeah, the problem is that on 2 here, eLevate has a spawn advantage, and Alec knew that, so if he dies on second with his team respawning for mid, it puts eLevate in the position to push. And right now, for Ding Dong, holding mid is a lot more important. They need this stability in their lives. It's a security blanket.
Security blanket makes you feel nice. A lot of damage being done in this choke, incidentally, by Kosa. We talked about the loose cannon earlier. It's it works okay in this area here, just because it goes off a little sooner than regular pills, and it can work well in this. Here they go. They're going to come right on through. Kosa back on sticks and trying to eke out some room if you can, but needs to back up a bit. So we have some of this back and forth going on again. Good flank control, although we had an Uber pop off. I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, KBK got forced by a sneaky polar bear.
And now Alex coming around the back. Alex wants to get the flank play of a lifetime here, see if he can get someone. He's in on the point. He's going for Badonsky, see if he can get him. He gets Badonsky. A nice pick there. A Shrugger down. Now he's in on KBK. Alec going on a run here. He's got 6 kills. He wants the ace. He gets the scout. He very nearly had KBK. He had a big meat shot on him, but he couldn't finish the deal. He's going to send KBK back to tell his countrymen what happened. Send him back with a warning. At any rate, Alex still up, and it's looking good for Ding Dong Daddy. They're getting their sugar together. Pardon my language.
Yeah, the only real unfortunate thing there was in the closing moments of that fight, eLevate managed to get 404. And now we have a Mela Pyro on the point, but Shrugger gets domed. So I don't know what's going to turn out here. Sneaky can really dissuade you from getting on the point, but it looks like they're going to let it be Captain Showstopper getting thrown around by a Pyro, but Badonsky also getting the dome, and eLevate pops Uber with only 2 remaining, so we're going to see Ding Dong Daddies run around and just pretend that this Uber wasn't a thing.
That is unfortunate. You never want to have an Uber popped off when you have 2 players on the field, and now Showstopper, let's listen to the Daddies. They're pushing last. That's new.
Walk right, walk right.
Soldiers coming behind us too.
Alright, nice. So we're just keep walking.
Just get in.
Focus at
Get
left
in.
Focus
side.
pyro, shoot the pyro, shoot the pyro. I'm just walking. Kill the pyro. I'm jumping above.
Soldier goes.
Yo, good sniping. If you ever get a chance to
Dude,
do a
I'm
sniper
fucking.
today.
I'm actually God right now. I'm feeling really good on
You're-
sniper.
He's God right now on Sniper. You heard it here first. I am God on Sniper, so that's interesting. We're not going to see a Sniper to mid, but Ding Dong Daddy getting their composure here and showing us that they are the team that we knew they were. They just took 2 rounds off the best team in TF2. This is arguably eLevate the second best team in TF2. We'll see how this mid plays out though, as they're looking real good. They have that aggression that you get when you take a round. They're coming right out. I hope it doesn't backfire. KBK is at 60% and has a bit of an advantage. 404 not doing the best job getting heals out, and they're going to back the hell out of here. 404 is going to get kind of pinched and stuck here. He's going to be backing up against Pills. Podolski's way down the throat of Ding Dong Daddy. Mid is going to go to eLevate.
Yeah, Ding Dong had a really good initial mid. They had a solid counter jump, but then they started to back up for damage, and because they were getting rushed by both scouts, and then they ended up just getting locked out, even though they had a player advantage. So it was unfortunate for them, because Showstopper had an excellent mid that time, and it's a shame it went to waste.
It is a shame, and Alec almost just got taken out. So much for being God. I don't know what's happening there. 404 is holding the nearby shutter a little bit, but they're going to very smart. Oh, but that's a drop! Marxist! Backing out by the wrong area there. 404 gets taken out, and this is going to be the easiest round of eLevate's life.
And that
Terrible
would
luck
be
there. They might have had a chance
not-
to block it.
Yeah, they tried Getawhale.
They did try. So we're looking now at match point for eLevate. Just as Ding Dong Daddy get on their sort of roll. I mean, you know, they picked up that 1 round, but we are looking at 4-1 here. Let's see what they get on this mid. They've got to figure it out, and they're almost playing it pretty passively compared to how they've played all the rest. They're going to just let eLevate take the fight to them. Up top is Alec, and he gets taken out right away. Sneaky Polar Bear is in. He gets taken out. It's Showstopper trying to escape, but runs into Mela, and that's not good. We got a full wipe. This may be the 5th round for eLevate.
Yeah, it's a toughie here. They tried to go right side, sort of favored that time to Ding Dong, and they ended up losing the scout really early, and that's once the mid starts developing, that's like the kiss of death. So
Yeah.
we should see a pretty quick Uber come out here, maybe 3-4 seconds. And or actually they're dancing on the point right now, so they all wanted to share cap points, buff those score stats, and now we're gonna Uber.
Now we've got it. So coming in now, we're going to see how this plays out. 4-4 nowhere near having Uber. Interesting decision pushing up above here. The fight is in the little watch room here. I'm not sure about that. 404 is down. He gets taken out right away. No heals for the daddies. And if you predicted 5-1, you nailed it. As eLevate TF2 pull this one out 5-1 and win this one.
Yeah,
Just as they got on a roll, sorry, Marxist, just as they got on a roll, Ding Dong Daddy just as easily got kind of decapitated.
Yeah, their mid problems continued. One thing I did want to point out was during that last push, KBK walked onto the point, which is something I said they should be doing. He stepped onto the point and taunted and basically capped the entire point by himself, and right then he died right at the end. So he got robbed of his glorious emetic solo cap.
Cap points are the best points. I think we all know that. I'm looking at the stats here, and again, a fantastic performance by Podolski, over 10k damage, 339 DPM. We only saw just 1 drop. Shrugger, 32 frags, a hell of a game, although Alec did fantastic as well on his side. He had 27 frags, and some of them godlike. What were your thoughts overall on that one? Certainly Ding Dong Daddy, Marxist are a team who are trying to prove that they are among the cream of the crop in Invite. Did that one go the way you thought it would?
Yeah, I was hoping Ding Dong would do a little bit better, but the eLevate mids were too strong, and they were, I don't know, Ding Dong did a lot of oddball things at mid that it seemed like half the team was on the same page as each other, and the other half was on a separate page. But I mean, they were together as well, but it seemed like they sort of had two different units at mid, and the two different units sometimes had differing purposes, and it cost them several mids.
Well, at the end of it all, when the dust settles, eLevate TF2 moved to 2 and 1. They are not going to have a 16-0 season, but maybe 15-1 could still be possible. Ding Dong Daddy are 1-2, and maybe they'll do 14-2. Remains to be seen. Want you guys to stick around because we have another cast coming up. As far as I know, I don't know the starting time, how far out we are from that one, but you don't want to go anywhere if you like TF2. Anything else to say, Marxist? I feel pretty good about this one. It's in the books.
Two things. So the match is in a half an hour, roughly. It's at 11:30 Eastern. I'll be there. Maybe Gex will be there, and maybe someone else. I'm blanking on it right now because I just read it and then I instantly forgot it. Sideshow. There we go. So it'll be me and Sideshow or Gex. So we'll see how that all goes down. And also, apparently, Getawhale, I don't know if you have the stream up, but Dashner seems to be playing your theme song.
Yeah, he's playing my theme song, which is fantastic. It's quite a nice song. Hopefully he'll post what it is for everyone to see. But at any rate, we're gonna call it right there. As Marx has said, come back in about a half hour's time. It is going to be Street Hoops Esports versus the Madmen, and that should be a hell of a match as well. My name is Getawhale. His name is Marxist. Make sure you follow us and look at us on YouTube too for the VODs of these things. We'll see you guys in a half hour. Don't go anywhere.